Hello, today I will be reviewing the Conjure candles by Lala, Inuti, Ahari, particularly the Intense Unhexed Halo Cleanse one. That candle's supposedly 3 candles in one, so it's a bit more expensive, but it still saves you money instead of having to buy both the healing and unhexing candle separately. So I bought a few candles from her. I also have this one, which is the Blood L'Amour candle. As you can see, I've already burnt it halfway through. But I'm gonna start off talking about the Intense Halo Unhexed Cleansing one because that is the one that I was asked to review, and that is the one I had the most experience with. So, or results with, sorry, not experience. So, the first time I burnt it, just the rules for those of you who are new to the candles, you're supposed to burn them for minimum 4 to 6 hours when you first get them, and you're supposed to wait 3 days between each burning. And on her website she has a list of the a guide to tell you what you need to chant into the candle, and you chant it for 4 minutes while looking into the flame. And I basically followed mostly what she wrote, and then I made it my own too. I added some other stuff, and I basically asked to be healed of everything as much as possible, and to remove any and all curses and negativity that were aimed my way. And I don't know, to be honest, if the unhexing worked. I did feel less negative. I felt lighter when I did burn it, but what I did have the most experience with was the healing aspect of the candle. Like, oh my goodness. So the first day I burnt it, I didn't really have much experience, and then the first three times I burnt it, I did it like 3 consecutive days, and because I didn't know that you had to wait 3 days between burnings, and I found that out later. So I didn't really get that many results, and then I found, oh, you have to wait 3 days, so I waited, and then I burnt it again. And the 4th time I burnt it, I started just sobbing. Like, I don't know why. It just came out of nowhere. And I guess I started having thoughts of like old past traumas and like past losses coming back up, and I'm kind of the type of person who likes to move on from things quickly, so I don't really process them fully. So this candle, I feel like it was forcing me to look back on the past hurts and to process that for the 4th burning. And then I waited 3 days, and then I burnt it again, and then this time nothing really happened. But then the next morning I went to get an energy healing session done, and something that's never happened before happened to me. I had a spontaneous past life recollection. I remembered my past life as a young girl named Amira, and I had supposedly unalived myself. I'm not trying to trigger anyone, so it's getting a little graphic for the next minute or so if you want to skip ahead. If this is a trigger for you, you should, like, self-harm and stuff will be mentioned. So yeah, yeah, I learned all this while I had the energy done on me, and I learned that I had set my wrist to unalive myself, and my last thought, I heard my own last thought in that life. My last thought was, oh god, I'm going to die. And it's hard to talk about it because it affected me so much that when I had this past life recollection, I was sobbing. Like I was sobbing silently. Like, my energy healer had no idea what was going on because I was wearing an eye mask over my eyes so you couldn't see the tears. But it was just crying, constant crying, and I felt her sadness, and especially her sadness knowing that it was all gonna end. And I learned that she regretted it, and it kind of inspired me more to do more things in this life and to live my life to the fullest, to kind of honor her and make up for that life that was lost. I think she was a dancer. I think I got that too in my recollection. She was a dancer who's just dealt with a lot of mental health issues and ended up taking her own life. And I learned that her mother was the one who found her. And I know this shit is real because all my life I've had a horrific fear of anything sharp going near my wrist. Like, I have tattoos here, and you can see where my wrist veins are. It's blank, because I did not let the tattoo artist tattoo there. I cannot have anything sharp near my wrists. And if you know about past lives, like, the way you died in a past life will affect you in this life, and you will likely have a fear of that way of going, because it's imprinted in your subconscious. And I also know that it wasn't bullshit, because I started seeing the name Amira, or her name was Amira, sorry, I should have said that. Her name was Amira. I started seeing that name everywhere, like randomly, and it was kind of creepy, to be honest, but I guess it was my past life's way, or past self's way of saying, like, hey, that experience was real. And when I was going through the emotions of it, I was talking her through it, and I was like, you know, I'm so sorry, like, you went through that, like, I'm gonna do my best to live out life fully to make up for a life that you lost. And I felt a lightness in my heart. And it was really intense. Like, I don't think I've ever felt that intensity of sad despair and heaviness in my life. Like, not even when my pets died, not even when people I knew died. Like, this was really fucked up. Like, it was amazing and healing for sure, but the process of feeling those emotions was so fucked up and intense. Like, after the energy healing session was over and I went back to sit in the chair to talk to my healer, I was shaking uncontrollably, and he was like, yeah, you were not in your body the whole time. And I was like, yeah, I think I was having a conversation with my past life self and learning about her. So I've never had that before. I've had past life recollections, but it was only strictly through doing past life regression meditations. I've never had a spontaneous past life recollection like that before, but it has been happening more and more ever since I've started burning that candle. And then sorry, my cat's walking, so I might fall over. Okay, and then the last time that I burnt it, so the final time, so I was able to get 6 burnings out of it, minimum 6 hours each time, so pretty good candle. And yeah, the final burning, I sat next to the candle. You have to be around the candle, so don't burn it and leave it untended. You got to be around its energy. And yeah, with that last time when I burnt it, nothing happened, but okay, so I burnt it for 6 or 7 hours, and then I snuffed it out, and then I laid down to sleep. And as soon as my head hit the pillow, I just started sobbing uncontrollably, like ugly sobbing. Excuse me, like hiccuping, not being able to breathe, just really intense sobbing. Oh my god. And this time it was about all my past friendships and people I was no longer friends with anymore, and how I never fully processed those endings, and how I just picked up the pieces and moved on really quickly, and I never really processed how much it hurt to lose those friendships, because they were lifelong friendships or childhood friendships or whatever, and I never processed the pain, and this candle forced me to face the pain and process it. And oh my god, I wrote like a long ass poem about nostalgia and how it has an iron grip on me and all that flowery stuff. And then I wrote my journal entry about how I felt about losing all these friends, and then I talked to someone about it, and it just felt like a huge weight off my shoulder. Like, the person I talked to gave me really great advice, and I don't know if this might resonate with you, but they told me that the past versions of the people that I was missing no longer existed anymore. So I was missing ghosts of the past. So nostalgia is a bitch, and it makes you see things with rose tinted glasses because the past wasn't that great. These people were not great, and it really helped me close a page on that chapter of my life and realize that these people were cut out for a reason and for my own benefit and stuff. So yeah, this to be honest, I was really skeptical about Lala's candles when I first came across her. I'm gonna sound really shitty, but I thought her reviews were fake, to be honest. And because they sounded too good to be true, I was like, how the fuck does he can't? Like, I'm a witch, or the novice witch, but like, I didn't think a candle could be imbued with spirits that could help you like this. And boy, was I proven the fuck wrong, because holy shit, did that candle have an effect on me. Wow. Okay. After it finished burning completely, I took it to a dumpster, like a fast food place's dumpster or something. I threw it in there because since it has an unhexing element to it, you're not supposed to bury it on your own property because it absorbs, the candles absorb the hexes. So if you bury it on your property, you're like re-hexing yourself. So for the hexing, unhexing series, you're supposed to bury it off your property or throw it away and dumpster off your property. And for all the other candles, you're supposed to bury them on your property if you can. If you can't, then just throw them in the dumpster. Yeah, so if you're looking for one candle to get from her, I highly recommend the Intense Halo Unhexed Cleanse one. That gave me amazing results, and I'm definitely gonna buy more of them because I have a lot more healing to do, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm a firm believer now. I literally bought, I made an order, and then I bought her pentacle candles. Those are her Conjure candles. Those are the more advanced ones that you use for conjuring actual spirits of each planet. And with that one, I'm trying to keep the work I'm doing with those candles on the down low in case anyone I know is watching this, because I don't want other people's energy to interfere in it. So once I get the results from those candles, I'll make another video about them. But I can talk about this candle, the Lemur candle. This is the blood Lemur candle. She does not put her blood in the candle. She uses the blood when she's petitioning the spirits to attach to the candle. And this candle it smells so fucking good. I don't know what she puts in it. Like I smell rose, ylang-ylang, cinnamon, something else. It smells so good. Like I love the smell of this candle, and all her candles smell fucking divine, and they fill up your entire room with the smell, and even downstairs my mom can smell it, and it smells really, really good. So you could literally blind buy a candle and I guarantee you it's gonna smell amazing. All of them. Okay, but this candle, I've been using it to manifest a specific person, and it hasn't brought me physical results, but it has brought me 5D results. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's like, okay, so it's a higher dimension, and it's brought me results from the person's higher self, the person that I was trying to target, and their astral self, but not physically. But I don't blame this candle because it's a big manifestation. So I don't know if this one's powerful enough. I hope it is. I'm still trying with it, but I'm also layering with her Conjure candles because those are supposedly the most powerful ones she has. Yeah. About the candles themselves, they're really nice. Like, I like the wood wick. It's a nice crackling sound. The smells are amazing. She color codes all the candles to manifest specific things, and I think my only gripe with the Conjure candles is their quality control is hit or miss. Like, these candles were nice, But my first order was like perfect candles. And then my second order was the Conjure candles. You could tell that this is just me being nitpicky as someone who's made candles myself, but you could tell that maybe they're not poured at the perfect temperature because they tend to be very cloudy or like inconsistent in how they look. The Conjure candles, not these ones, because these ones you can't really tell since the outside is mostly black. Like I think he uses these black metal jars for most of her candles, but the Conjure ones come in a clear glass with this pentacle seal on it, and you can see on the sides that it's not, the candles aren't fully even toned like you would expect in a professional store. So I think there are some quality control issues that they still have to work on, but also the seal of God that they sent me with that order was really dirty, like so dusty, and I think that's just so disrespectful. Like, it's the seal of God, like come on. Yeah, but I would buy again because the candles, at least the healing candle, has given me results, and the Conjure candle, it's given me hints of results. Like, I can't tell you more, but basically it gave me a hint of what I was trying to manifest. So I think that's a hint of the spirit saying, yes, we've heard your request and we're working on it, because again, it is a big manifestation. But I have faith it'll work. And the Conjure candles, you have to burn them on certain days. So for example, the fourth pentacle of Venus candle that I am using right now to bring a person to me is supposed to be burnt on Fridays in the hour of Venus. So you have to do a lot of, not a lot, but you have to do some research into it, because she doesn't tell you the hours or anything. You have to look them up yourself, use a converter, convert to your time zone, all of that. And then she also doesn't send a guide, even if you're a new customer. I've asked twice for a guidebook and I've never been sent one, but you can find it online in her form. You'll have to do a little sleuthing, but you can find it. And if you can't, message me and I will send you the link. And basically that guide has very detailed information on what to petition, what to chant, which Bible verses to read to activate the Conjure candles, which metal offerings you have to give to those spirits, for the Conjure candles only. For the other candles, you don't have to do any offerings or anything like that. And yeah, that's basically it. Overall, I would recommend these candles. At least try it. I feel like you do have to be more spiritually open though for them to work for you, because even though I went into it skeptical, I'm still a spiritually open person, so I guess it gave me results. But if you're very closed off and you're not spiritually receptive, the spirits don't have permission to really help you, because I guess when you're chanting, you're conjuring them too, but if you're just not receptive to it, it won't work for you. So don't blame her, don't blame the candles. It's, no offense, but it's you. Because these candles have worked for the vast majority of people who have tried them. And I don't know, like I feel like not enough people write detailed reviews of what they went through with these candles. Like, I'm trying to tell you exactly what happened to me with them, and even like personal information about the experiences to give you a gist of how deep it can get. And I warn you, if you're not ready to face these heavy emotions, don't fucking bother. Okay, like if you're like past me, who would always run away from her emotions and not deal with them, don't go into these candles. Don't even fucking think of them. Don't even try. Just click off this video, forget about it. Okay, because the feelings you will feel, the potential past recollections you will have, the potential shit that's gonna come up from your past is really heavy. Okay, and I'm a very emotionally strong person, and even for me, it got too much sometimes. Okay, and like these candles don't fuck around. Okay, so if you're emotionally very sensitive and you're prone to becoming I don't know if I can say the word without having this video banned, but if you're prone to wanting to off yourself, or if you're prone to wanting to harm yourself, or if you're prone to get stuck in the past and ruminate on things, I would advise you to stay away until your soul feels ready to handle it, basically. I felt drawn to these candles because one time she was having a sale for them. Usually she has sales, by the way, so wait for the sales. But yeah, when I had a sale, I saw a post for it and it had 11 likes. And I was like, oh, okay, so angels, spirit guides are not telling me, look at these candles. So I was like, okay. And I didn't fully know what I was going into. I didn't know it was gonna be so intense, like the healing. But I would do it again. And I'm gonna buy that candle again because I want to be healed more. I want to get all my bullshit out so I can be as healed as possible. But girl, it's let me tell you, I've never felt that level of intensity of emotions, of sadness and despair and wanting to change and wanting to release and all of that. Okay, I'm 28 years old and it literally, I bought these candles when I was 27. My birthday was recently, but anyways, it took until my 27th year to be ready for these fucking candles. And if you feel hesitant about it after you hear me say this, then you are not ready. Or you can just go into blind lane. I don't know, be like, oh, I'm gonna fuck around and find out. I don't know, it's up to you. But just please take my warning seriously, okay? If an emotionally strong, usually aloof person is telling you these candles will fuck you up and make you really emotional, it's serious, okay? Like, the psychopath in me wants to buy one of these candles for like everyone in my life so they can fucking get their shit together and like heal. But I feel like people would probably jump off a building or something. I don't know. Some people just are not ready to handle their past or handle their pain. So just be careful. Yeah. Any other advice for these candles? If you're gonna buy them, buy as many as you can afford at one time because shipping is expensive as fuck. I think they're based in Georgia. From Georgia to shipping to Toronto is 70 USD. And to put that in comparison, one of our basic candles is 69 USD. So buy a lot if you can put it in order, okay? Because yeah, I'm only gonna put an order again if I'm gonna buy minimum like $300, $400 worth of candles. Otherwise, it's just not worth the shipping. Unless you're from the US. I don't know how much they charge for the US. Maybe you guys got luckier, whatever. But if it's cheaper in the US, you want to try one candle, then I definitely recommend the Intense Unhex Healing Halo one. Oh, it's Halo, not Cleanse. Okay, I just said the name wrong the whole video. It's called Intense Unhex Halo Healing. I don't know which order, but just go on our website, look up Intense, and you'll find it. It's the blue and silver candle. Okay. That's all I have about these candles. Yeah, hope you found my experience interesting. Hope you have great luck with these candles as well. And yeah, keep an eye out for my other videos. Bye.